So here we go. Welcome to Red Sports' post-match show, and what a game! What a game! Mumbai Indians have pulled up a heist. I mean, they have sort of come back almost from the point of no return. I'm joined by Naman Suri. Soon I'll be joined by Gargi Raut from outside Kotla, and Afra will join us as well. Um, Naman, what a game! I mean, three runouts in an over. Um, Before that, we had Karun Nair and then Karn Sharma. So, how do you sum up the game?
It was exhilarating, to be fair. I mean, the stuff that happened today, I mean, watching Karuna play, first of all, it was smashing good. He was able to be, I mean, stand up against one of the best bowlers in the world right now. I think that was exhilarating stuff. The way he was smashing the ball all across the ground, the way he was batting, the confidence that he had, and the ball that Santner delivered to him, it deviated from its original path so much that that much better a ball was required to beat someone like Karuna the way he was batting. It was exhilarating stuff, and then in the end, three run outs to sum up the game. Finally, a game that this IPL needed. It was a nail biter. It was a crunch finish. It was amazing. It was exhilarating stuff.
Um, Afra has joined us, and Afra, did you expect that Karn Sharma, of all people, would pull things back for MI?
Boss, who expected that Karun Nair would be the talking point of the match after this match? So in T20s, in IPL, things happen, and it was great to see two impact players actually making their presence felt. I mean, Karun Nair also came in as an impact player, and so did Karan Sharma. And I think Karan Sharma, those with the wickets that he took, that broke the back of the Delhi chase. They were going at more than 10 per over. And if you notice that other than Karun Nair's 89 and Abhishek Porel's 30 plus, nobody else went past 20. So the wickets Karan Sharma took, and as also Mitchell Santner took, those made a big difference. And of course, those three runouts in the last over. But yes, Shomik, to come back to your question, yes, I always expect leg spinners to come up with a surprise or two in IPL games, in T20 games. Karan Sharma is a vastly experienced bowler. That is why you see that despite not being in India reckoning for a very long time, he still is a regular in the IPL, and he does make his presence felt from time to time.
Um,
I'll just
Naman,
add to that bit. I think Karn
yeah,
Sharma, I think the things started to change for him when the ball was changed. And after that, he was able to grip it more and was able to exploit that slight bit of turn that was available.
yes, but Naman, I was coming to very, very important win for MI, right? I mean, this will help them stay afloat because they would have lost this game, they might have reached the point of no return. So from that point of view, it's a very, very important win, isn't it?
Definitely beating a team that hasn't been beaten yet, going to their home and beating them, that gives you a big boost to, I mean, take it over in the next game, push from there. And I mean, now I think Mumbai will start to play better. I think today as well, their batting was a bit sorted. Everyone was putting in, chiming in runs. Rohit Sharma remains a spot of bother, but that is irrespective. The other players were contributing significantly well in the bowling also. When the things started to look a bit dangerous for them, someone came up, took the responsibility. Santner took the responsibility, got the better of Karun Nair, and from there, I think things started to change for Delhi. I think the ball started to grip a bit, and the ball was on the slower side. So that I think the pitch was on the slower side, and I think that kind of made the batters not make the batters make poor judgment in their shot selection, and I think that played a big part in Mumbai's favor.
Also, how do you look at Hardik Pandya's decision to give Mitchell Santner the 18th over? I mean, Trent Bolt had two overs left, Bumrah had one, and Hardik Pandya himself had two overs left. So from that point of view, it was a risky call, wasn't it? I mean, giving Mitchell Santner the 18th over.
it nearly took the match away from them, didn't it? The first two balls, a six and a four, and I think some 16 runs came of that over. So it was a very, I mean, odd decision it looked like, because when a team is chasing and more or less everybody is accustomed to spinners, so there was like it looked odd on the face of it. Especially you mentioned that number of bowlers who were still to finish their quota of overs. So that looked odd, but Hardik Pandya does take interesting calls. He does take interesting decisions. He's unafraid of taking some brave decisions. We have seen that in the past, and when something like this comes off, you have to say it's a brave call, and it's a I mean, well thought out plan. Possibly yes, because I mean, never know. I mean, pace on the ball could have made shot making easier. So that must have played a part in that decision. So it was, but having at the end of the day, it was a very surprising call. Yes.
Naman, talking about MI's fielding, under pressure, it stood up to be counted, right? Three runouts in an over, and those throws from the outfield with precision. So, I mean, it is very, very creditable and laudable, because under pressure it is not easy to effect such runouts. Um, so, your thoughts on that?
Definitely, if you there's a saying that if you lose, I mean, if you miss catches, you lose the match. So today we saw it against RCB and RR. The way that the sloppiness in the field that RR showed, it kind of took the match away from them, and that is what you have to do. You have to be good in all three departments. Mumbai did their trick in the batting. It was a kind of batting pitch, and they did their bit on the batting surface, put up a score of 200. Now then, with the bowling not working, you have to pitch in from the fielding side as well, and they were able to do that. In the end, got three runouts. It just shows that the team brought up that mentality today. They were here to win the game. They brought themselves. They were present in the game, and they delivered today in all three departments.
After coming to Karun Nair, I mean, what
I was just adding one small part to Naman's point. That point Naman was making, that yesterday also we saw that Punjab Kings lost that game after making 245, and in that game also there were some catches that were dropped. So fielding, how important that is, how important it is, the MI team showed today, especially the last run out. I mean, it was the last wicket, so we are not talking about it. Not talking about it. But do you remember what was done over there? The dive and the flick. That was a superb piece of work. Anyway, show me case.
exactly, and also it was very refreshing to see on the heels of the first game, because the first game we saw Rajasthan Royals and Royal Challengers Guardian joined us from outside Firozka Kotla. I will come to her. And
I'll
talking
take over
about,
for a. I'll take over
yes,
for a little bit because I need to show you
yeah,
guys the mood around here. This is, I think, the first time I've seen in Delhi a mood like this. Usually it happens that DC does not pull a great crowd, but with a franchise like MI, there's always this allure with Rohit Sharma, with Hardik Pandya being there, and obviously huge crowd turnout tonight. It's something you don't get to see very often in Delhi, but tonight is one of those rare games. And when we talk about the game, look at the crowd behind me. I barely have any space to stand. So this is one of those exciting games, and thankfully because of the last over, because of the last that hat trick run out, fans stayed back till the very last ball. I think if that hadn't happened, people would not have stayed back. If it was a boring game, if it was a regular old game, people usually leave very early. But this is incredible scenes outside. I'll show you guys. Wait. This is the main road and it's completely blocked by a strong of people. So you can see the mood outside. There's the fire brigade trying to go through. The team bus is trying to go through, but obviously there is no space around here to even stand. Soon, the buses will come out from over there. So this is the mood right now. But yes, over to you now, Shomik. I will. Why don't you ask me whatever you want to, and I will leave because I will also get fan.
yes, Gargi. please tell us something a bit about the stadium atmosphere because of the last over and the penultimate over when Bumrah bowled and then the last over. The stadium atmosphere, how the crowd was reacting, whether the mood was taut, how was it?
That Bumrah over made all the difference. I think that made the match. But before that, before we even talk about the Jasprit Bumrah over and the hat trick of runouts that were very, very unfortunate for Delhi Capitals, let's talk about Karun Nair's batting. I think that really got the crowd going. And Karun Nair, with the way that he was batting tonight, the crowd was all in, completely in. And, that last over from Jasprit Bumrah, and when Mitchell Santner came in and bowled those first two deliveries, it was a bit jittery because people had thought that this is where DC will take the game away. And there are a lot more Mumbai Indian fans than there are Delhi Capitals fans. So the crowd had gotten quiet in that 17th over when Mitchell Santner came in. First ball, two balls, two boundaries. But then he also, sort of got that rhythm going. And of course, when Jasprit Bumrah came in, you expect nothing less than a match-winning over from Jasprit Bumrah, and that is precisely what he delivered. When I came here, I spoke to fans before the game as well. Everyone was talking about one bowler, and it was obviously Jasprit Bumrah and how he was going to be the bowler tonight, and that is exactly what happened. No matter how well someone performs, Jasprit Bumrah comes in and completely overshadows them.
And Gargi, eventually, when Mumbai Indians pulled up the heist, how was the mood? In fact, I mean, Delhi Capitals lost, but whether the fans were still upbeat because they watched a fantastic game, or they were a bit downbeat given that their home team lost.
Like I said, there are a lot more Mumbai Indian fans than there are DC fans. So the more people I'm talking to, they're actually happy that Mumbai Indians came in and took that win. Because at the end of the day, Shomik, there is also a little bit of India factor that comes into play whenever Jasprit Bumrah performs well. I think everyone kind of thinks to the future and thinks if Jasprit Bumrah is doing well right now, that means a good England series, or that means a good whatever is in the future for India. But at the same time, Delhi Capital fans are not upset about this loss at all because they got to see a good Karun Nair batting attack, and of course, the way that Jasprit Bumrah was bowling. Like I said, it's all about that India, that national factor. When Jasprit Bumrah gets going, I think there's no IPL team. It's just Jasprit Bumrah. It's just Jasprit
Uh,
Bumrah fan club.
Gargi, one last question to you before I let you go. Um, uh, do you think this could be the turning point for Mumbai Indians? The way, especially the way they pull things back.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%, and that's what most of the fans here believe as well. Look, we all know what Mumbai Indians is famous for. They are famous for starting off, getting a shaky start, getting a jittery start, and then completely turning the campaign around on its head. And maybe uh, you see how much of a difference Jasprit Bumrah has made in the squad. Since Jasprit Bumrah had come in, yes, they did not win the last time. In the last game was at Wankhede against RCB, but Jasprit Bumrah back then was also the most economical bowler. Tonight as well, he got you those breakthroughs. Yes, he did not get them with the ball. He did not exactly get the wickets or didn't get us bowled or something. But he was putting a lot of pressure on the batters from his end, and that's what makes all the difference. I think the most difference that Jasprit Bumrah coming into this squad has made is obviously in the death overs, because we saw that Mumbai Indians before these two matches was leaking a lot of runs in the death over, but now it's completely changed for MI. And Rohit Sharma batted a little bit as well, got going. So there are a lot of positives when it comes to the MI camp, and this could very well be the turnaround for MI. Maybe who knows? They go on from here and win the title. Who knows?
Thank you, Gargi. You can go now and attend the press conference. Thank you. Uh, I come back to Akhil. After once again, Jasprit Bumrah. I mean, in his first spell, he licked runs, but here is a bowler. who came back from a longish injury layoff just into his second game, and in the penultimate over, his final over, he was nailing those Yorkers. I mean, he was unfortunate that one outside edge went for a four, but the precision with which he was nailing his Yorkers, we have to talk about just this.
See, obviously, we should not expect the Bumrah that we saw last, which was in the Australia series, Test series, although, where he was breathing fire. We should not expect that Bumrah after he comes back from an injury layoff. And this is a T20 with I mean, a lot of difference. We all know that. So, from that point of view, I would say that this is Bumrah at possibly is 20 or 20 to 30%, and the more he plays, the more he gets used to this rigor of everything, not just bowling in the match, everything else that goes on around it, including training and eating, sleeping, everything. So once he gets used to that pattern again, he will improve. I mean, obviously, the experts who have treated him, they must have seen some positive. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been given a clearance. So as we shouldn't expect him to be at his best right away, but we have seen signs. We have seen signs, like you were saying, that after, I mean, in that towards the end of this chase, he kept things under control, showing some of his, I mean, characteristic weapons, like the Yorker you mentioned. And also, if you notice in the first spell, in the first over, actually, when Karun Nair hit him for two fours, those were not bad balls. Those were
Agree.
normal balls on the off stump, just outside the off stump. Karun Nair was on a dream day. I mean, there are days when a batsman cannot do anything wrong. It was one of those days. It was anything that he tried came off. What I mean is that even in that first spell, although he went for 27 in 2 overs, he wasn't exactly haywire.
Um, Naman, after said that Karun Nair was having a dream day, I would say he is having a dream season. And at in his mid 30s, he is having a second wind. Be it white ball cricket, Vijay Hazare Trophy, red ball cricket also. Um, Just tell us something about Karun Nair, the way he has made this turnaround as far as his career is concerned, and as things stand as of now, it's not only about this knock, the way he has played the entire season. He looks certainty for urge the India A team to England also in red ball cricket. So from that perspective, this turnaround for Karun Nair, how do you look at it, Naman?
Definitely, IPL has always been the audition for players to come up towards to have a chance at the Indian side. And Karun Nair has been doing significantly well in the domestic season, be it Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy, be it Ranji Trophy, be it Vijay Hazare. Any trophy you pick it up, he has had a average of more than 50, and he has done brilliantly well over these three formats. And this season as well, like you said, it has been a dream season for him. And today, the way he came out, his variation, his arsenal of his shots, he reverse swept one ball, the next ball he was sweeping away Karan Sharma. That how good of a player he is at the moment. And these kind of players just burst into the side, irrespective. He's 30 years old. It doesn't matter the way the form he is in right now. I think it will be very hard for the selectors to look past him. The mentality he is batting with, I think it's big enough for India to to not consider him at this point in time. And this is very spectacular. I mean, I was kind of surprised that Delhi hasn't used him yet the way he was batting in the Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy, the way he had batted at a huge strike rate. I think that was a big surprise that they weren't using him till now. And instantly he came out and burst out with his batting. It was magnificent batting. The way he smacked Bumrah off. He's the best bowler in the world, and you're smacking that player off at will. So that tells you how much of a confident person he is at the moment, how much positive vibes he is bringing into that dressing room, and how much of a good mentality the way he's batting is showing through his bat.
Also, if you talk to any cricketer, and you also know this very well, that at the highest level, we talk about techniques. Players don't talk too much about the technical nitty gritties because at the highest level, you have to have that basic technique to play at the highest level. It's about the mentality. It's about that hadoos in you. So, but once you lose that confidence, it's very important to have confidence. But once you lose that confidence, it is very difficult also to regain it. So, Karun Nair, the way his career spanned, I mean, getting dropped after the 300 in Test cricket, then leaving Karnataka, going to a different state. I mean, his confidence at one point of time hit almost rock bottom and bounce. I mean, coming back from that, regaining confidence. So it was special, isn't it?
Yes, Shomik, confidence is the word. I think. I mean, in the resurgence of Karuna that we see, I mean, confidence is the biggest factor because, as you pointed out, that he knows. I mean, he has the technique, he has the temperament, he knows what is required to score runs at that level. But somehow things didn't work for a while, and he. Other than the forget the Indian Test side, he also got dropped from the state side. So from there to make a comeback like this and I mean continue this. I mean what he last played about a month or 6 weeks back. So there was practically a 6 week break for him after the Ranji Trophy and this IPL match. So to continue that rhythm and to carry that confidence into this is a huge thing. And if you look at the way he was playing, I mean, this is very different. I mean, you don't see a T20 innings like this. There was hardly a boundary on the leg side, hardly a cross-batted shot towards the leg side. They were all driven or lofted or played on the back foot on the offside. So that's where he showed an enormous amount of skill and also the first ball that he got. Many other batsmen would have lost their stumps to that Yorker, in-swinging Yorker from Deepak Char, second ball of the innings, 1 wicket lost in the first ball. That you're keeping that Yorker out with all as I mean almost the middle of the bat. I mean as much as possible to do that first ball. I think that also must have given him a lot of confidence. That yeah, I got that right. Had that,
I will take one question.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I will take one question and will direct it to Akhtar before I let him go because he will have to file his copy.
I'm done.
Anis,
Uh,
yeah, Anis Sadhu was asking Akhtar about Kristen Stubbs. He is not pulling his weight and whether KL Rahul would be better off as a finisher. Your thoughts?
who was the first player mentioned?
Kristen Stubbs, he is not pulling his weight. Number one, according to Anit Sadhu, the question he put out, and whether KL Rahul would be better off as a finisher.
Well, KL Rahul does have a role of a finisher. I mean, sort of a finisher, isn't it? Doesn't he? I mean, he sometimes he bats quite. He takes on the later overs. And I also think that batting order and all that, like unlike in test matches or the longer formats, their fixed positions are important. We say that okay, why not number four? Why not Pujara at number three? Where else? Why not Virat Kohli at number three in ODIs? Where else? So I think when it comes to T20s, this factor is not that strongly applicable. So players who survive at this level in the IPL level for so many years, they know how to adjust to different batting positions. And the role might change. I mean, in one match your role is this. In the next match, batting two slots deeper, your role will change. So these players are they know about this. So I don't think batting order. I mean, 4-5-6 or 5-4-6 or 6-4-5 that will make a huge difference.
Okay, Akhtar, thank you so much. You can go now. I and Naman will continue for another 5 minutes. You can go and file your copy. Uh, Naman, now we should rewind to the first game a bit. Rajasthan Royals versus Royal Challengers Bangalore, and Royal Challengers Bangalore four away wins on the spin. I mean, this is a new RCB, isn't it?
Definitely, I think the only way right now they are seeing through this, I mean, towards the playoff, the run they are seeing through is by winning it away, because at home it's a struggle for them to win at home. So that is clear for them. They have to target those away games, and they're breaching every fortress possible: Kolkata, Chennai, Mumbai, and now Rajasthan as well. It doesn't matter, and they were. It was an added bonus that Rajasthan wasn't fielding very brilliantly well. So I think that paved the way for them. And yeah, I mean, RCB has been doing beautifully well away from home, and they have showed how good they are as a batting side today. Everyone, we questioned, I think, in the pre-match show that Salt wasn't performing well, and today he showed he can do what is required of him, and he smashed those. I think he scored some. I don't remember the exact score. I think it was somewhere 40-60 something he scored.
Today he scored 65 of 33 balls.
Yeah, 60, 40, 60. Yeah,
But
that's I was a bit confused.
but Naman, I was coming to you about Phil Salt also. I mean, every time RCB are winning on the road, the opponents are getting a pinch of salt, isn't it? Um, he he is proving to be the team's X factor at the top. So how do you think? I mean, do you still early into the season, but do you think going ahead, this could be the game changing buy? This could be the game changing auction buy for RCB this season.
Definitely, I think KKR would already be regretting by not taking Salt. I mean, not retaining Salt. He had some scored some 300 runs. I don't think any team will not think of it as a regret. And RCB was very happy when they bought him. It is a very good purchase. Him tagging along Virat Kohli, I think that is a big partnership that they have there. And the way Salt goes on from the first ball, it's magnificent. It paves well for RCB in that way, and they are able to score at a higher rate than is required. Earlier, they had problems with who will open with Virat Kohli. Fab Duplessis filled that position up, but now I think they found a better replacement in him, a younger replacement for Faf, and he's doing brilliantly well. He had a rough patch in the Champions Trophy and the ODI series, but it doesn't matter. In IPL, he's showing what he does best.
I'm taking Anit Shah's question, who is asking me that why don't Bengal cricket produce T20 batsmen like Abhishek Sharma and Priyank Arya? See, Anit, the problem is that the Bengal Premier League, the T20 tournament, the domestic, the local T20 tournament, came to the fold a little late. Others were a few steps ahead. If you compare it with TNPL, Karnataka Premier League, Punjab, UP even. So, I mean, they they came to the party. Bengal T20 League came to the party a little late. It will take time. It will take time. You need to change the mindset also. You need to change the mindset also, because in Bengal, what happens right from the very beginning, a player is developed in a very traditional way. I mean, the coaches in different academies at cricket centers, they are developed in a very traditional way. There are coaching centers even now where if you play the shot, if you play your shots in the air, the coach will give you a dressing down. He will ask you to keep it along the carpet. So, I mean, such mentality, mindset is still exists in Bengal cricket circles as far as grassroots coaching is concerned. So, from that point of view, it will take a little bit of time. Let Bengal allow its own time to develop its own player. Abhishek Podel is there. I mean, Abhishek Podel is playing for Delhi Capitals and he has been contributing. And going ahead, more players will come from Bengal also. Let the whole thing take its own course. It will take, once again, it will take a little bit of time, but it will happen eventually. Naman, another thing, if we talk about Rajasthan Royals, um, they are not looking good. If, uh, Sanju Samson has been inconsistent. Today, Yashasvi Jaiswal got runs, but Rian Parag, um, it feels like he is suffering from second season blues. So, I mean, especially talking about Rian Parag, do you think it's just second season blues or the opponents have figured him out?
I think it's a mix of both. There has been a constant change in his batting position. Some days he's batting at number four with Nitish Rana coming up the order, or sometimes he's batting at number three. It has been a mix. They have to had to adapt to two home conditions. First Guwahati, now Jaipur. It's a bit of rough because they have been traveling all around the country at this point in time, and I'll just say that it's a bit early in the season. He has been putting in some 30 odd runs here and there, but yeah, it is disappointing the way the middle order is performing. Rajasthan's middle order is performing, and Ryan Parag is a vital cog in that middle order. His run scoring, the team's target chasing targets or putting up targets, so it's completely dependent on him scoring in the middle order because Nitish Rana is completely out of it. One game against Chennai, I think that was it, and I'm not seeing him coming back into form at this point in time. Other than that, Shimron Hetmeyer hasn't been. I don't think he has been used perfectly well. Dhruv Jurel is promoted up above him. Although Dhruv Jurel has performed well, I think Shimron is still coming a little lower down the order, and he's not able to get that amount of balls that he wants. He is a kind of a spin basher, and he's not able to get uh, that 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 place in the team to attack the bowlers, and I think that is affecting the team. The batting order is still a conundrum for them.
Um, Naman, I still can't figure out why on earth Rajasthan Royals management retained Hetmeyer and let go of Josh Butler. That was
Yeah, that
uh,
is a
that
big
was a
mystery.
that was a blunder. Like,
Samson
and
said it
that
is a biggest regret of me for. I mean, biggest could be a biggest mistake. He said something on these lines that it was very hard for him to drop Butler off the team. So they are regretting
on
now,
that
I
note,
believe.
uh, the evening was not good for me. Manchester United got hammered by Newcastle 4-1. So I was very, very downbeat. I was very downbeat. But the way MI versus DC game was played out,
Yes.
that lifted my spirits. And going ahead, we will get such cliffhangers a lot more. So on that
If
note,
I if
goodbye.
I may just add one
Yes, please,
statistical
please.
point, the
Yeah,
last time three runouts came in one over was back in 2008 when Mumbai was playing Punjab and Yuvraj did the third run out. So that is that long away. I mean, far back.
great piece of facts from Naman. And once again, on that note, uh, goodbye and good night. Stay tuned. Keep an eye on Red Sports website, Twitter handle everywhere because news will come first on those platforms. Good night.